Hey everybody, and welcome to the lounge. All my fellow loungers, chillers, bowlers, grillers, gamers, and coronis. Today we're going to do a little chillin' and grillin'. We're going to make some tuna steaks, some rustic potatoes, and some broccoli with cheese sauce. I was going to make tuna steaks a while back and that didn't happen, so we're going to do that today. So grab yourself something cold to drink, relax. I'm going to fire up the grill and we're going to get started. Okay, so we're going to go through the list of ingredients now. I'm going to use 4 potatoes. That's probably way more than enough for just me and Tom, but we like leftover potatoes. Sometimes they're actually better the next day. Olive oil, which is going to go for that, and the the tuna steaks. Season all that will go for the cheese sauce and the potatoes. We got some broccoli. We're going to have that much. That's a lot of broccoli right there, so we're going to have leftovers of that too. For the cheese sauce, we're going to need, I have a half a block just about of Vermont sharp cheddar cheese. We're going to need some butter. We're going to need some Worcestershire sauce. We're going to need some flour. And here is our tuna steaks. We have 2 of them. It's actually yellowfin tuna. And we have some blackened Old Bay seasoning that we're going to put on there. But first, one of the first things you want to start out with is going to be the potatoes. So we'll get started. Okay, we started cutting up potatoes already, so I'm just going to cut the last one so you guys can get an idea. It's kind of like slicing an apple up, you know, and the thicker you make them, of course, the longer they're going to take to cook. They're going to take about 40 minutes as it is. And you want to put your oven on 375 and preheat your oven, which I probably should have did by now, so I'm going to do that real fast. Okay, while that's doing that, now you have your potatoes like this, so you can see what they look like. If they're bigger potatoes, you want to cut them in half the other way, like I think I did that on the bottom ones, like that. So now you're going to take some olive oil, extra virgin or regular olive oil, whatever. Kind of coat them in that. Get them all slippery. Okay, now we're going to take our seasoned salt. And it all depends on how much you like this stuff. I like it. And I think you need a lot of it in there. Now, if I had my way, I would be putting Old Bay in here too, but I don't think Tom likes Old Bay as much as I do. I don't think, you don't want any Old Bay in it, do you?
Not really.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought. Tom just doesn't like spices, and a lot of you guys probably don't like spices, so it's all according to what you guys like. There's no right or wrong way to do this. You just do it the way you like it. Right, Tom?
Yep.
What's the matter? Am I getting it all on the counter?
Yeah.
Well, I like to spread it around. All right, so we get that on there like that. Now you want to put them on a cookie sheet. There's always one. There's always one wise guy in there. Spread them out so that they're all spread out all over this. Okay, and if you see any without any of the spice on it, feel free to put a little bit more on. Try to get some spaces in there if you can. You don't want any on top of each other because then it'll make one take longer. And like I said, you want to do it like that. I'm going to put a little bit more on because, like I said, I like this stuff. And I think they taste better the next day. Pop them in the oven when the oven gets preheated for 40 minutes. That's how long they're going to take to cook, just about. You know, just test them. You can test them with a fork. If they're tender, then they're done. And while they're cooking, then we can start. We're going to have to wait probably about 20 minutes because it doesn't take long for the broccoli to cook and it doesn't take long for the tuna steaks to cook. So pop them in the oven, take off 20 minutes. You know, I don't know what I could do for 20 minutes. Maybe drink a beer. Want one, Tom?
No.
I don't think so. Okay, so I'll see you in about 20 minutes. Alright, so now we are ready to get the broccoli set up. We have a pot here for our broccoli. We have about that much water. What's that, about an inch maybe? Maybe 3/4 of an inch. You want to turn your stove on. Okay, and once that gets to a boil, we're going to put our broccoli in there, and it takes about 7 or 8 minutes for that to steam just right. And then we'll start making our cheese sauce after that. Okay, so we have our broccoli going right now. In about 8 minutes, 7-8 minutes, that'll be done. You can stick a fork in that and see how tender it is. In the meantime, we are going to get our cheese sauce ready. So we're going to put a little flame on, about medium. We're going to take 2 tablespoons of butter. Wait till it melts. Oh, in the meantime, I can tell you we have 2 tablespoons of flour. You always have equal butter and flour for a roux. And so you have 2 tablespoons butter, 2 tablespoons flour, and I have about 2 cups of shredded sharp cheddar. And then of course our seasonal and our Worcestershire sauce. So we're just going to wait for this to melt in here. Okay, the butter's totally melted now, so you're going to put your flour in there and make sure you stir it up good. And you have to keep doing this. And guess what I forgot to get out? A cup of milk. Okay, so you want to make sure you keep whisking it and then pour in your milk. That's a cup of milk that I forgot to say anything about, and forgive me please. Uncle Larry's memory is going because he's getting old. Okay, now you want to just keep whisking. I think I did this before. Just keep whisking. Just keep whisking. You want to keep doing this until it gets really thick. Thick and bubbly. And when it gets to that point, then we're going to put the cheese in, and the seasonal, and the Worcestershire sauce. As you can see, it is thickened and it's bubbly. So we're going to put our shredded cheese in there now and mix that all up. It melts really, really fast. It's kind of like the mac and cheese that we made a while ago. In the meantime, our broccoli is probably just about done. As a matter of fact, it's probably getting a little overdone now. So, do that. Now we're going to get our seasonal. And again, this has to do a lot with taste. So, I don't measure it, I just kind of pour it in. And we're going to put a splash of Worcestershire sauce in it. And this is my splash. Splash. That might have been a splash and a ploop. I'm not really sure. Kind of saw a ploop in there. Did you see a ploop? Or a plop? Anyway, this is what I like to do. I like to do that. Then I take a little bit like that. Taste it. That's pretty dang good. I think that plop was just about right. I'm going to put a little bit more seasonal in. Not a whole lot. Mix that up, and that cheese sauce is just about ready to go. In the meantime, we can turn off our broccoli and we can start on our tuna steaks. Matter of fact, I'm going to turn this heat down way down low so it's barely even on, just so I can keep it warm. And let's test our broccoli. Test it by just put a fork in it. Oh, it's really tender. So the broccoli is all done now. Just drain your pot, turn it off, drain your pot. It'll stay warm for quite some time. And then we'll get our tuna steaks set. Our next step now is going to get our tuna steaks ready. So we're going to take our tuna steaks. We're going to drizzle some olive oil on them. Let's spread that all around. Yeah, that's right. I'm touching raw fish. And I don't care. I go fishing all the time, so it doesn't really even bother me. I'll put a little bit on this side. Okay, so let me go get a paper towel. Okay, so my tuna steak, we'll just say is this one, and that one's going to be Tom's. I like a lot of black mint seasoning on mine, so I will really coat mine. Tom, on the other hand, doesn't like a whole lot, so I will just sprinkle it on his. We'll turn them over and put a little bit on that side. And on mine, we will put a lot. Because Uncle Larry likes it spicy. Got a little more for Tom. And then I'm going to wash my hands and we're going to go put them on the grill. Okay, I preheated my grill on high on the left.
Start over. You started as soon as I said go.
All right.
Still rolling.
I preheated my grill earlier on high on the left side. On the right side doesn't really matter because I'm cooking everything on the left side. You could cook them straight on the grill if you really wanted to. I prefer to use a cast iron pan. I'm going to take one, put it in there. Okay, it wasn't quite as hot as I thought it was going to be. And that's going to take probably about 4 or 5 minutes per side before I flip that over. Okay, this is about ready to be flipped over right now. You can see the bottom half of it's white. Remember, I want this to be pink in the middle. Very, very pink. I want it medium rare. That's the most you want to cook. We put Tom's on here. We're going to just do his right on the grill like this. His has a little bit longer to go for that. But his will be looking a little bit different. And maybe we'll have a little bit of each one of that for each one of our plates. We're not sure yet if Tom's going to share or not. We'll find out. Tom just gave me the stink eye, so I take that as a no. So anyway, so we'll be flipping that one over soon, and then we'll be almost done. Okay, the potatoes are done now. Broccoli's done. Cheese sauce is done. Tuna steaks are done. Now it's just a matter of putting the plates together, and then we'll meet you out at the lounge. Okay, we're all set. So I hope you guys try this recipe. We're going to try a little bit of the tuna first. I like this better than than regular steak.
It depends on the steak, but
I like it
pretty
better.
good.
Anyway, I hope you guys all try this out. It's delicious. If you've never had tuna steak before, you know, these happen to be frozen tuna steaks, which aren't even as good as fresh. But these are really, really good. If you can find them vacuum sealed, which these were, in your supermarket, go and try them. Make sure that you keep them pink in the middle because that's important. And try these potatoes and the broccoli out. I think you'll really like it. Did you try the potatoes or anything?
I tried the broccoli.
You like it?
It's edible.
Do you believe he just said that?
Well, it's a bit more than edible. It's alright, but it's not great.
Did you just say that on camera?
Well, do you want me to be honest or not? My tastes are different than a lot of other people's.
Well, this has been Chillin' and Grillin'. Excuse me while we're going to go off camera and I'm going to kill Tom. So, you might not see him in the next video. Well, I'm not really sure.
That'd be rude.
Anyway, until next time, grab yourself something cold to drink, sit back, relax, and I'll meet you at the lounge. Does that surprise me? No, it doesn't surprise me.